we delve into the intricate and multifaceted relationship between China and North Korea. These two nations often project a united front to the international community, yet behind closed doors their interactions are complex and fraught with underlying tensions. In the sphere of international relations, their alliance is both strategic and precarious, involving significant military considerations and nuclear capabilities. Our analysis focuses on the geopolitical dynamics between China and North Korea. Publicly, they maintain a facade of camaraderie, consistently presenting themselves as close allies. China provides substantial economic support to North Korea, while North Korea serves as a strategic buffer against Western influence. This dynamic allows North Korea to absorb potential geopolitical pressures from the West. However, it is crucial to understand that this alliance is fraught with instability, and the underlying mistrust between the two nations is significant. Beneath the official statements and formal gestures, there exists a landscape of mutual suspicion and strategic maneuvering, compounded by the ever-present threat of nuclear escalation. By the conclusion of this analysis, it will become evident why this so-called friendship may be one of the most deceptive alliances in contemporary geopolitics. Prepare for an in-depth exploration. The Korean War saw China and North Korea fighting side by side. This alliance was perceived as a testament to their solidarity. The shared battlefields created a sense of camaraderie and mutual respect. However, nostalgia often obscures the complexities of historical relationships. The war also sowed seeds of suspicion and distrust that have persisted over the decades. An old North Korean saying goes, "Japan is our enemy for 100 years, but China is our enemy for 1,000 years." This sentiment reflects deep-rooted historical grievances and strategic mistrust, challenging the notion of an unbreakable bond. The relationship between China and North Korea is often portrayed as an unbreakable bond, united by shared ideology and mutual interests. On the surface, this alliance appears logical. China requires a strategic buffer between itself and the US-aligned South Korea, while North Korea benefits from substantial economic and military support. However, this narrative overlooks the underlying tensions and historical conflicts. The two nations have frequently been on the brink of conflict. Their alliance is fraught with mistrust and strategic maneuvering. The facade of unity masks a complex and precarious relationship. The reality is, China is deeply concerned about a nuclear-armed North Korea. This concern stems not only from the immediate risks, such as radioactive fallout and global instability, but also from the disruption it causes to their strategic plans for regional dominance. North Korea, on the other hand, resents being perceived as subordinate to China, constantly under pressure to conform to Beijing's directives. They seek recognition and respect on the global stage, even if it involves provocative actions. This situation has led to a complex geopolitical standoff, with both nations engaged in a precarious balance of power. China is striving to maintain its influence, while North Korea is determined to assert its independence and nuclear capability. This is a perilous game of strategy and brinkmanship. One misstep, one miscalculation, and the consequences could be catastrophic. The stakes are high, and the potential fallout is something the world must vigilantly avoid. China's relationship with a nuclear North Korea is a complex and precarious matter, fraught with strategic calculations and geopolitical implications. The Chinese government is deeply concerned about North Korea's military ambitions and nuclear capabilities. Publicly, China condemns North Korea's nuclear program, emphasizing the need for stability and denuclearization in the region. However, behind the scenes, China continues to provide economic support to North Korea, maintaining a delicate balance. This is part of China's broader geopolitical strategy, aimed at preserving regional stability while avoiding direct confrontation. A collapse of the North Korean regime could result in a massive influx of refugees into China, creating a humanitarian and security crisis. Additionally, any aggressive actions by North Korea could escalate tensions with the United States, potentially drawing China into a broader conflict. Thus, China is carefully managing its relationship with North Korea, aiming to prevent both internal collapse and external aggression. This delicate balance is crucial, as North Korea's actions continue to pose significant challenges to regional and global security. Kim Jong-un perceives China's intentions with a discerning eye. He is acutely aware of their attempts to exert influence over him, and he finds this unacceptable. The realization of being patronized is stark and undeniable. It is akin to being coerced into a situation under false pretenses. The manipulation is evident, and Kim Jong-un rejects it outright. He aspires to assert his own authority, free from external control. His objectives are clear. He seeks respect, recognition, and a formidable nuclear arsenal. This scenario represents a significant escalation in regional tensions. China's strategic dilemma is profound, a nuclear-armed North Korea that is increasingly assertive and independent. 2017, a pivotal year in North Korean military strategy. The year 2017 marked a significant escalation in global tensions, driven by North Korea's strategic military advancements. It was during this year that Kim Jong-un intensified North Korea's military posture, signaling a shift from regional provocations to a direct challenge to global security. In a move that had been anticipated by close observers, Kim Jong-un announced the testing of an intercontinental ballistic missile, or ICBM, capable of reaching the continental United States. This development represented a significant leap in North Korea's missile capabilities, posing a direct threat to international stability. The global response was immediate and severe. The United States under President Trump issued stern warnings, emphasizing a potential military response. Japan, recognizing the heightened threat, intensified its emergency preparedness measures, including nationwide earthquake drills. China, a key regional player, expressed significant concern over the destabilizing actions of its neighbor. China's strategic interests were directly impacted by North Korea's actions, presenting two major challenges. Firstly, any potential conflict could result in a massive influx of North Korean refugees across the Chinese border, creating a humanitarian and security crisis. Secondly, a successful ICBM test would leave China with an unpredictable nuclear-armed neighbor, complicating regional security dynamics and undermining China's strategic objectives. In response to North Korea's continued provocations, China took decisive action by imposing stringent economic sanctions. These sanctions targeted North Korea's coal exports, a critical source of revenue for the regime. The immediate effect was a significant downturn in North Korea's already fragile economy. However, Kim Jong-un did not yield. Instead, he escalated the situation further. North Korea responded by conducting additional missile tests, demonstrating its defiance. This was a clear message to China, asserting North Korea's determination to pursue its own agenda. The escalation heightened tensions, causing significant concern within the Chinese government. The situation had now evolved into a serious geopolitical crisis. This was no longer a mere diplomatic disagreement, it had become a critical juncture in regional stability. Chapter 6. The Assassination that Altered Geopolitical Dynamics. Amidst the unfolding geopolitical tensions, an event of profound significance occurred. February 13, 2017. Kuala Lumpur International Airport. Kim Jong-nam, the elder half-brother of Kim Jong-un, was present at the airport awaiting his flight. He was approached by two women who then applied VX nerve agent to his face. VX nerve agent, a lethal chemical weapon, was used in this public setting. The incident resembled a high-stakes espionage scenario with severe geopolitical implications. Kim Jong-nam succumbed to the effects of the nerve agent, resulting in his death. This event raised critical questions about the involvement and stance of China in the region. The geopolitical ramifications of this assassination are profound and warrant a deeper examination. Kim Jong-nam was not merely a random individual who happened to be at the wrong place at the wrong time. He was under the protection of the Chinese government. This arrangement was akin to a witness protection program designed for a potential future leader who resided in Macau. There were persistent rumors that China was preparing Kim Jong-nam as a possible successor to his unpredictable younger brother. This was a contingency plan, a strategic alternative in the event of a nuclear crisis. When Kim Jong-un discovered the assassination of his brother, and it is likely he was informed almost immediately, he knew precisely where to direct his anger. This act was not merely an assassination, it was a direct and provocative challenge to Beijing. The message was unequivocal. I am aware of your intentions to replace me. I understand that you perceive me as unstable, and I will not allow it to happen. From China's perspective, this was a significant affront. It was not only an embarrassment, but also a direct challenge to their authority, and they were determined to respond. The assassination of Kim Jong-nam marked a pivotal moment. It shattered any remaining trust between China and North Korea, and set the stage for a new and perilous phase in their relationship. Kim Jong-nam, the individual China was likely considering as a potential leader for North Korea, is dead. Kim Jong-un orchestrated his assassination through a nerve agent attack in a crowded airport. This act underscores Kim Jong-un's preference for overt displays of power. Shortly after this incident, North Korea conducted a significant military demonstration. They launched 5 long-range missiles. These were not ordinary missiles, they were capable of reaching distant targets. Officially, North Korea stated that these missiles were aimed at Japan and U.S. military bases. The declared targets were Japan and U.S. bases in the region. However, analysts observed an underlying strategic message. The missile launches appeared to serve a dual purpose. They were a demonstration of military capability. If directed towards China, these missiles could reach key Chinese cities. Cities such as Beijing and Shanghai were within range. This could be interpreted as a strategic message to Beijing. North Korea's missile capabilities remain a significant factor in regional geopolitics. In response to North Korea's escalating missile tests, China took decisive measures to bolster its security. The proximity of these missile tests to Chinese territory raised significant concerns in Beijing. Consequently, China increased its military presence along the North Korean border, preparing for any potential threat. This move was accompanied by intense diplomatic discussions and strategic planning. China also began deploying advanced missile defense systems to safeguard its territory. These defense systems were strategically positioned not towards the Pacific, but towards North Korea. This positioning indicated a clear focus on the immediate threat posed by North Korea. The deployment underscored China's serious approach to its national security. These actions were a precautionary measure reflecting the gravity of the situation. However, such measures inevitably led to questions about the underlying trust between the two nations. The geopolitical dynamics between China and North Korea became increasingly complex. China's reaction revealed a deep-seated concern about the unpredictability of North Korea's actions. The fear was not of a direct attack, but of the broader implications of North Korea's military ambitions. This situation created an atmosphere of uncertainty and tension. The unpredictability of North Korean leadership, particularly Kim Jong-un, was a significant factor. This unpredictability necessitated a cautious and strategic response from China. China's actions were driven by the need to prepare for the worst-case scenario. Ensuring a robust missile defense system was a critical component of this strategy. Chapter 8. Is China strategically reassessing its alliance with North Korea? We are about to explore the intricate dynamics of international diplomacy, a domain often shrouded in complexity and strategic maneuvering. This discussion centers on China's long-term strategy with North Korea and the potential evolution of their alliance. China has historically maintained a cautious and strategic approach, akin to a poker player with a decisive hand. Recently, however, there have been indications that China's patience with North Korea may be diminishing. The relationship between China and North Korea can be likened to a partnership where one party is increasingly demanding. North Korea's actions, such as missile tests, continue to strain this alliance. These provocations have significant implications for regional stability. This is the current geopolitical reality. China finds itself navigating a complex landscape, balancing its strategic interests with the challenges posed by North Korea's actions. While North Korea serves as a strategic buffer, the costs of this alliance are increasingly under scrutiny. Section 2. The Writing on the Wall. China is renowned for its strategic patience and long-term planning, akin to a chess grandmaster who also commands a significant portion of the world's manufacturing. Recent developments indicate that China is preparing for a future where North Korea may no longer be a dependable ally. One significant move is the enhancement of China's military presence along the North Korean border. This is not a minor adjustment, it involves substantial military resources. Tanks, troops, and comprehensive military drills are being deployed. These preparations suggest a readiness for potential instability. Economically, China is exerting pressure on North Korea. There has been a gradual reduction in food and fuel exports to North Korea. This economic tightening aims to impose financial discipline on North Korea. However, the effectiveness of this strategy remains uncertain. A critical indicator of shifting dynamics is the tone of Chinese state media. Recently, Chinese state media has adopted a critical stance towards Kim Jong-un. In a nation where media is tightly controlled, this criticism is a significant and deliberate signal. Is North Korea truly an ally of China? Or is this relationship more akin to a strategic necessity? The reality is, it's intricate and fraught with complexities. It's a situation that demands careful navigation and strategic patience. China's primary concern is stability. Their economic success is built on maintaining a stable environment. They require predictability and reliability in their geopolitical landscape. However, North Korea remains a volatile and unpredictable element. Currently, China and North Korea are engaged in a complex geopolitical relationship, characterized by mutual dependence and strategic maneuvering. Both nations are acutely aware of the precarious nature of their alliance. It is a relationship of convenience, underpinned by a shared history and mutual wariness, and the constant threat of significant geopolitical upheaval. This delicate balance cannot be maintained indefinitely. Eventually, a shift in strategy will be inevitable. What lies ahead? Will China continue to support its unpredictable neighbor, hoping that Kim Jong-un will adopt a more stable approach? Or will they decide to withdraw their support, accepting the potential consequences? Will North Korea, feeling cornered, respond with aggression, or will they recognize the necessity of maintaining their crucial alliance with China for their survival? The future remains uncertain. This uncertainty is what makes the situation both complex and critical. It is akin to observing a slow-motion disaster, with the added peril of nuclear capabilities. The leadership dynamics in both nations add layers of complexity to the geopolitical landscape. What is clear is that the decisions made in Beijing and Pyongyang in the coming months and years will have significant global repercussions. What lies ahead for North Korea? Is the regime nearing its breaking point? Will China continue to support its ally, or will it reconsider its strategic interests? The leadership of Kim Jong-un remains a critical factor in the region's stability. Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this analysis insightful, please like, subscribe and activate the notification bell to stay updated on our future geopolitical analyses. Until next time, remain informed, remain skeptical, and exercise caution when considering travel to regions with complex geopolitical landscapes.